Greetings everyone, I am Michelle Bravo. I am 21 and currently I am studying the degree of pedagogy and of the national and foreign languages. So today let's talk about plagiarism and how to avoid it. As introduction, I would like to say that plagiarism has turned into a common problem nowadays. Internet has given us many facilities and opportunities, but the situation has caused a terrible result. And that's what we are going to talk about. Let's see what is plagiarism. Basically, plagiarism is taking the work of other authors and presenting it as if it were our own creation, or passing our work without giving proper credit. Now, let's see why it's important to know about plagiarism. And so let's see now, is it important to be aware? According to Imperial College London, this is important to reduce unintentional plagiarism because, of course, we can commit unintentional plagiarism. This happens because we don't know where and how the collecting information we use, we don't know where it comes from. We must develop our writing skills. We must understand the rules of good academic practice. We must be honest, the academic honesty we always hear about, and using a consistent reference style. Many of our professors will always ask a reference list and ask for different reference styles. The most common, I think, it is the APA. So, for example, we'll see that style at the end of my presentation. So, we must be aware of plagiarism because this is extremely important as part of an academic environment since we are in constant searching. For example, for this work, I had to read journals and ask for help, or to search in internet, searching different websites. So this is very important when we are searching information for a task. Now, effects. According to Illinois Valley Community College, these are the effects of plagiarism. So we have a chain of possible results. The first one would be failure, because if we commit plagiarism and professor notice it, it will be graded by 0, making to failure any assignment, quiz, test, etc. As I said, it will give us a lower grade, an involuntary withdrawal from the course that will lead into academic dishonesty. Depending on the institution, it can have sanctions that could lead into the failure of the course. Now, let's see the types and characteristics. According to Vivanco in 2021, these are the types of plagiarism. We have copy-paste, self or auto-plagiarism, and collision. The first one is the most common. I think that it is even the one that pops into our mind when we are talking about plagiarism. It consists on copying and pasting information, and this also refers not only to the information found in academic sources. It also refers when we are copying, for example, to to our classmate. We just copy their homework, for example. The next one is very common but unknown by the students. As I say, it's very important to be aware of the ways of plagiarism or the types. And this consists on reusing previous present tasks and collusion. This is very frequent but unknown. And this happens when are assigned individual tasks and more than one student presented in the same way. They just change a few words, for example. But let's see the examples in the next slide. For the copy-paste example, we have the student A is searching online about global warming for an essay and finds the information they need on a website, but they copy and paste the example words on their essay. Student B, for the self or auto-plagiarism, has been assigned to do a mental map about the difference between vowels and consonants according to the International Phonetic Alphabet, but they have done it before, so they just submit the same work. And finally, we have collusion, that consists when, for example, two students A and B, are assigned to write separate essays on a given topic. But instead of working on their essays independently, they decide to collaborate and share their ideas. This will lead to that these students submit nearly identical essays as if they had completed the assignments individually, but they haven't. I'm sorry. Before my final thoughts, I would like to quote Ivan Tverdovsky, and he said, "I think the line between inspiration and plagiarism is often so thin that you risk falling into the latter one." And for my final words, in this problem, in this enormous problem, to mitigate plagiarism, we must involve students and professors. Let's see. Initially, it is a beta to cultivate a culture of academic integrity through comprehensive education on citation methods, proper paraphrasing, and the significance of producing original work. Instructors play a pivotal role in emphasizing critical thinking skills and in guiding students to grasp the ethical implications associated with plagiarism. Furthermore, incorporating plagiarism detection software serves as both a deterrent and an educational aid. These tools have the capability to identify similarities between a student's work and existing sources, prompting a thorough review and appropriate attribution of information. Ultimately, preventing plagiarism requires a collaborative effort among educators, institutions, and students to uphold the principles of academic honesty and foster a genuine respect for intellectual property. So this is a really enormous work between students, professors, and institutions. But if we can help a little bit as a student, I will always lead the way of academic honesty. So here they are my references. There are my references, and thank you so much for your attention.